Hi, I'm yet another Ham, and in today's video I'd like to have a look at the accuracy of an IC-9700 S-meter. The selected mode is CW and the preamplifier is turned off. And I already have tuned the signal generator to the level where the 9700 indicates the signal strength of S1. And as you can see, this is minus 107 dBm. Tuned to S2, the indication is flickering a little up and down, and we have a level of minus 104.3 dBm. Now let's see what we need for S3. And looking at S3, we see a level of minus 101.4 dBm. Apparently, the indication on the S meter becomes more stable than at the lower S levels. Minus 99.3 is the level we need to get S4 with a more or less a steady reading. And let's see what we need to get S5 on our list. Minus 97 dBm for S5. Now let's check S6. Minus 94.2 dBm. Now let's go for S7. There we see minus 91.3 dBm. Checking S8. And here we have a signal level of minus 88.5 dBm. At a signal level of minus 85.8 dBm, we get a reading of S9, and finally I will check 20/9 as the last data point for our graph. Okay, here we go with minus 65.3 dBm for 20/9. Now let's graph this into an Excel sheet. Here are the results we have just measured, and as you can see, you need way more power than it is required by the definition of each S level, and that there are 2 or 3 dB steps between them. So let's see what happens if we turn the preamplifier on and do these checks again. So starting at 20/9, now turning the preamplifier on, and we see that our signal increases to more or less 30/9. So the preamplifier amplifies the signal for about 10 dB, more or less. But let's see what the further readings will tell us. At minus 77.1 dBm, we get the reading of 20/9. So the preamplifier has an amplification about 12 dB. Let's check S9. Minus 96.4 for S9. For S8, we need minus 100.6 dBm. Minus 103.2 dBm gets us a reading for S7. S6 requires a level of minus 105.7 dBm. We need minus 108.1 for S5, minus 110.6 for S4, S3 minus 113.4 dBm, minus 117.8 dBm for S2, and finally minus 121.8 dBm for S1. Now let's graph the results. So what do we see? We see that the preamplifier has an amplification between 15 and 11 dB. And we also see that the steps between each S levels are somewhere around 2 and 3 dB. So this seems to be an Icom thing. If we take a look at the results from a previous video where I've checked the IC-9700, you see 3 dB steps between each level instead of the 6 dB steps from the definition. And here on the 857 doesn't make sense at all to calculate between each step because we have this curved function. But yeah, these are the results for the IC-9700 with and without preamplifier. That's all for today. Hope you like this video. If you do so, give me a like. And if you have suggestions or comments, leave them down below. 73.